So the peace meditation, the cookie. So peace. Also. Peace is an aspect of being alive which is always there. When we really look at the world with a searching eye to look for what's not changing, what's not moving, what's not happening, what's not going to die, what's not going to end, then we find this space between all things which we perceive, which is very, very clean, extremely strong, and which seems to have no beginning and no end. This space that we're finding is actually at one with that which is finding. It's part of our perception, it's part of our existence. And always what comes forward is an incredible sense of peacefulness. At first it's very subtle, very fine, but as we begin to move at the same time, and to feel and to think, it manifests with a feeling of peace. For example, when we fall deeply, deeply, deeply asleep, really releasing not only our conscious minds, but also the level of awareness, the entanglements that come forward in dream imagery. We access a very, very deep sense of peacefulness. This is the peace of sleep. We become one in that. Also, when we emerge out of such a sleep and we return our senses to the physical body, there's a lot of bliss in it. There's a lot of bliss in peace. When we're open and allowing peacefulness through us, in us, behind us, with us, and we move our attention just to the fingertips and really allow our feeling to come alive in the body, it's very, very blissful because it's very free. So the peace meditation is all about allowing this peace, which is allowing that aspect of our perception, of our being, to expand without hitting any object. If it hits something, it allows the object to exist also within the peace. If we come into a conflict or a feeling, this also can exist within the peace. The peace is underlying everything that arises, and everything returns to the peace. So just observing something, just feeling a feeling, already brings the peace connection. So we don't need to do anything but open ourselves, and the connection and the expansion is already happening. Peace meets peace, and there's an expansion, because it's always there underneath. So the peace meditation, we start at the ID. Forget the triangle, it's from the Phoenix. We put the color blue, or infinite blue, a blue of our choosing, sky blue. Blue is the color of infinity. The sky isn't actually a ball, it's infinite. It appears to us as blue. Artists use blue to make the background recede because it has this absorbing, spacious, infinite quality. So we allow the color blue to move down through a whole circle around ourselves, like a ball, like through the aura, down into the ground to a point 30, parallel to the ID point, a point 30 centimeters below the feet inside the earth. And we release the color, let the color do whatever it wants, not entangle with the color, always observing, and move, allow ourselves to move upwards towards the area of the heart, the area of feeling. Allowing ourselves to expand within the area of feeling, we can make the invitation to peacefulness, to peace, to the feeling of peace, to the experience of peace. If we are not able to find peace, it's enough to employ our friend, the imagination. We will have memories of a peaceful atmosphere, or a time we felt very deeply at peace. And just remembering the feeling will invite the feeling. To remember a feeling brings the feeling. And as the feeling comes, we allow it to expand, and let's try not to label it and say, here it is, this is peace. Go further in. Let it separate into particles, refine the feeling of the feeling, knowing also that which is feeling is part of the feeling. There's a kind of miracle there of expansion possible if we let ourselves dissolve into it. Anything or anybody or any situation or any memory or any expectation or any thought which comes forward, allow it into the atmosphere of peace and even invite it. It's welcome, because the peace is a continuum regardless of what's happening. That's the peace meditation. We take 20 minutes and then do some kind of music.